Okay, Scraft fans, this matchup, Darkseid versus Malacof, two of the strongest contenders that we have in the tournament. It's a PvP. I am pretty excited to see how this goes. We are playing on black-pink. This is Darkseid in the bottom left. This is Malacof in the top right, sending two workers out already. We know that something is up here. One worker dropping the pylon as you'd expect, but this other worker is up to badness. Production tab, we can see, that both of our players are just appear to be going straight up, in as much as they've both built pylons at home. But it's forge first for Malacof. This worker across the map surely means that this is going to be a cannon rush. Now, where is he going to place this first pylon? Because this will be very telling. Is this going to be a contain? It looks like it is going to be a contain. So, you know, the positioning of this just isn't really within range even of the bottom of his opponent's ramp, so I'm a little bit curious about that. I wonder why he didn't try and get the probe to build a pylon here or possibly over here so that he can drop cannons within range of the stuff at the top of the ramp. I'm not sure that this is going to work. Meanwhile, Darkseid is heading into his opponent's base. He will see this forge first, so he is going to know exactly what's up. You see someone go forge first, it's only ever for one thing, especially in the absence of an expand. You know, forge fast expand used to be a tactic in StarCraft, but you don't see it anymore. So, what is Darkseid going to do about this? Is building a zealot. You know, from my point of view, the Cybercore I feel is a little bit lit, but only one worker in gas. I think I'd want to up the gas, and I'd want to be aiming to get immortals out pretty quickly. You know, the other thing, the hard counter to this is to have your own cannon here, because it's impossible to build a cannon within range of another cannon. So yeah, I'm not sure that this is going to pan out for Malacof. I mean, unless he's looking to throw down the expand and hope that his cannons will prevent his opponent from expanding. And perhaps that is going to be the case. These also will prevent any workers from leaving, but look, you know, Darkseid just plants an expo over here, and his opponent isn't going to know about this for ages. If I'm Darkseid, I'm also probably considering sending this worker up to somewhere like this area, and I'm building a Stargate. So the zealots have been down, they've had a poke, they know that there are cannons finished up down there. Malacof, meanwhile, doesn't actually know anything about the interior of his opponent's base. He has not been in there. So he knows literally nothing. He's no idea what type of tech is being produced in here. And we've seen Darkseid produce some very polished cheese in the past, you know, so I'd really, if I was playing against Darkseid, I would absolutely want to have had a look around inside this base. I want to know if there's going to be DTs dropped in my mineral line. And as is so often the way with people that cannon rush, you know, the forge goes down, they build the cannons, in this case 3 cannons on the other side of the map, but look, there's none. There's none here. There's none in his own base. You know, so if Dark Templars did turn up, he's got nothing to fight against that. If an Oracle did turn up, he's got nothing that can shoot against that. I don't know about this play from Malacof. You know, Malacof can play a very solid straight up game, and I'm not sure why he's chosen to go cannon rush in this matchup against, you know, he will know, if he's watched the replays, he will know what Darkseid is capable of, just as Darkseid will know that what Malacof can do. They've seen each other's style, they've watched the replays surely. I don't know about this. I don't know. For me, this is not going to get value. I can't see how this gets value. This is all powered by a single pylon. You know, one immortal could probably come down here and take out the pylon before taking too much damage from these 2 cannons, and that's all over, to be honest. So let's see what's building. It's a Void Ray coming out first. Notice that Malacof also has a Stargate in production. The 3 gateways here, 4 gateways, sorry, in total. But look, Warp Gate very, very late indeed coming down. Warp Gate long ago finished for his opponent. So on the army tab, you know, this isn't too meaningful. I don't think Darkseid's about to push out in a march across the map to victory kind of way. He just doesn't have enough information to do that. Even with these cannons, that this is sort of 600 minerals worth sitting here. But you can also kind of expect that your opponent has probably expanded reasonably early, which he has. So, you wouldn't be feeling too confident about getting across the map just yet. Void Race building, and to be honest, I'd like to see an Oracle, partially because, with a Chrono Boost, Oracles build very, very quickly indeed, so you're not tying up your Stargate for too long to build an Oracle, and they're just so good at scouting. They're so very quick, they can get into your opponent's base, they can use the Revelation spell, and I'd like to see more information on both sides of this game, to be honest. I'd like to see Malacof do some scouting. I'd like to see Darkseid. Darkseid? I don't know. How do you say it, Marcus? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. At present, the economies of both players should be reasonably even. Darkseid with a slight income advantage, just because he's been probing that little bit heavier. But other than that, nothing too drastic to choose between them. Army-wise, we can see that Darkseid is, this over time, this is going to become a little bit more significant. At present, more than doubling the army supply of his opponent. So it really does need to, Malacof does need to build some stuff and get on it. But carriers now in production for Malacof. Again, this lack of information is what is worrying me the most. You're building carriers, but you're building them absolutely blind. Void Rays are very good against carriers. So long as they are microed a little bit and they focus far. Void Rays with the prismatic alignment enabled, they can focus on carriers disturbingly quickly. They really smash through some stuff. So if you knew your opponent was going voids, would you really choose to go carriers? The build time on these things is absolutely heinous. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Also, this upgrade is absolutely crucial. You need to get that out. There we go. I would like to see these chronos being used. Look, this Nexus has full energy. This Nexus has full energy. That's a lot of chrono boosts, and that chrono boost could double the speed of the carrier production here. So needs to get that going. Darkseid, as you can see, the energy much lower, has been using the chrono boost ability. So the robotics facility is up, but we don't see any observers, and you've built a robo, but you're not really, other than the warp prism, you're not making a kind of robotics play. So why not get some observers about? Why not use the time on that robo to flood this map with observers? So Zealot Charge being researched, which is great. Zealot Charge, complements air very, very effectively indeed. Things like Void Rays, most air that you would go as Protoss tends to be gas intensive, and for that reason you tend to bundle up a bunch of minerals. Okay, Darkseid is coming in now, so let's see. Does Malacof have enough to deal with this? I'm not so sure he does. There are a couple of carriers out for him. 2 carriers. I just don't think 2 carriers takes that lot. I don't think it does. The stuff on the bottom, we can absorb fire from the carriers, and 5 Void Rays surely just smashes those carriers. Surely it just focuses them down so quickly. I don't know. I think this could be. I think Malakof's in a bit of trouble here. Now, does he realize that his production tab looks frighteningly empty? He has got a lot of warp gates. He doesn't have much in the way of minerals, however. So Zealot Charge now complete. Let's see how this fight goes. Picking off pylons and stuff. Malacof now actually supply blocked, so production will halt, but he needs to focus down these Void Rays, because look at the damage the Voids do. The prismatic alignment with the focus, it just incinerates these carriers almost instantly. And look, you can see that the lack of targeting whilst using the carriers has meant that, look, all these void rays have taken damage, but none of them are dead. So what he really needed to do was use the carriers, right click on these void rays one at a time, kill one, kill two, kill three, and then he's not in a bad ship. You know, 4 damaged void rays is no, still we're just damaging them. Is he going to hold this? It looks like he might just. The loss of the carriers has freed up supply for Malacof, and the warping of stalkers means that he can finally pick off these damaged void rays. This is very, very close indeed, but the army supply doesn't say so, and that's because of all these units down in the low ground that haven't got involved yet. Once they're up the ramp, this game is over. Wow, my goodness. Yeah, that didn't fail to deliver at all. Both of these players, as we know, are pretty handy. Both of them know what they're about. Both of them know how to macro up. They know how to play this game, and that was, in the end, a pretty potent attack from Darkseid or Darkseid. But yeah, Malacof, a couple of errors. That cannon rush this early, you know, look at these. What did they achieve for you? Nothing. Not really. Your opponent expanded anyway. And ultimately, I think all that did was cost you money and buy you a false sense of security. It slowed down your tech so much. You know, the forge first meant that everything else that you did was lit. GG. Okay, let's get into game 2.